Good morning. Look at me now. Thanks to you guys, I wake up and come on here. I'm like so tired though. And one eye still has way a lot of eyeliner on it and the other doesn't, so it looks super funny. But anyways, this morning I'm vlogging because I woke up earlier than I have in weeks, and I'm tired. I did not fall asleep until after 2 a.m. But I said, you know what, maybe you're oversleeping, right? So force yourself to get up and try not to take a nap during the day, and blah 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 blah. So I woke up, made my coffee with less cream, by the way, that I measured out. And oops, sorry, my bra's gonna show. And then I decided, you know what? It's a perfect time to vlog. Wake up and vlog. I got my blanket, I got my coffee, and I'm just waking up. So I just want to say hi to you guys, and you guys are amazing. Those of you who encourage me to do this and actually like watching me and things like that, amazing. Sorry, that's really bugging me. Anyways, focus, Jen. So you guys are everything to me, and I just want you to know that if it wasn't for you guys, I would never have been pushed to do this. So thank you. Again, I need to use my tripod later so I'm not all over the place. But it's really nice to have people who enjoy watching you, which I didn't think anyone would. So the fact that I have a few that do, it means everything to me, and I just wanted to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. And also, it's really nice to be able to wake up and look like this is what I look like when I wake up. Like, you can tell I just woke up. And have a platform where you don't have to worry about the fact that you just woke up. You can still go live. You can still make a video. You can still do whatever. I mean, I would never go live and sell jewelry like this, but a vlog is like the real you, right? My only struggle is when I've had bad days, I vlogged later in the day or at night when I've gotten myself together, because I've been struggling really bad lately with anxiety and depression. So I wanted to touch a little bit more on that because I'm feeling pretty good today. I'm not sure if I'll ever be able to vlog like in the moment of that, because if you have anxiety, depression, you know, the last thing you want to do when you feel that way is have a camera in your face. And the last thing you want to do is talk to someone, right? So, I'm freezing. I'm sorry, guys. I have 2 blankets. 2 blankets. Woo! Anyways, anxiety, depression, it's something, I mean, I vlogged about this the other day, and I use quotes, depression, because like I told you, I don't feel like I'm necessarily depressed, but I've been told that I am. So, you know, there we go. And it's something that, the same with weight loss. People hide it. They feel ashamed, and they feel like they can't talk about it. And that's not fair. It's not fair that when you feel like you are at the end of your rope and you have nobody, that you can't talk about it. If more people felt like they could talk about it, I'm sure suicide rate would go down. You know, I'm sure that obesity would go down, and people would be living very different lives than they do right now. Pause. Sorry, guys. That's one thing about in the morning. I need to get my coffee in. Actually, I've been doing every other day with coffee, so the days without coffee are struggles. Okay, coffee is like my crack. The same with food. Since I'm eating better, like last night I had 6 ounces of chicken with 12 ounces of vegetables, and I was still starving. And like this morning, I had a yogurt, and that's it. I'm not that hungry though, but coffee is like my thing. So that's like something that right now, to get through it, I need that, and that's okay. That's okay, as long as I'm not going to Dunkin' Donuts and using a ton of creamer and yada, 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 right? So anyways, I wanted to touch a little bit more on the anxiety depression thing because it's hard to talk about, and I think a lot of people tiptoe around it, mostly me. And I think that I've been said to in my life, why would you have anxiety and depression? Just made to feel like, okay, glad I confided in you, So I think that's something that everyone needs to talk about. I think that's something that everyone needs support. And I'm telling you right now, if you have anxiety, depression, or any type of mental disability issues, or weight loss, or any of the stuff I've touched on, or something I haven't touched on, again, as always, please reach out to me. I am here for you. It is hard. And when you feel like you guys, I have the most amazing husband and support system. I have great friends, great family, great husband, great. And I still feel completely alone sometimes. I'll be laying in bed with my husband right next to me. He's sleeping, and it'll trigger, and I will feel so alone, so sometimes, yes, sad. I mean, there's been times, I guess I'm just going to go there. It's hard for me to talk about, but there's been times I've been so bad that I literally just go upstairs and cry. And Brandon, sometimes he'll come up, are you okay, and comfort me. And I won't say anything. And he'll hug me, and I'll just lose it. You would think that someone died, okay? And I've always been an over-emotional, dramatic Jen that people say, but that label, it's hard for me because I try so hard not to be dramatic in my life. I try so hard. I've always tried so hard to cover my true issues up. But with that, I was being dramatic about things that didn't matter, right? Stupid things. And that's why that title came. But a lot of people didn't know what I was really struggling with. They didn't know, I lived alone. And at night, I would stay up talking to my a friend in Australia. Shout out! Love you! And I would stay up all night talking to him. And there's times, if it wasn't for him, I don't know where I would be. Because I felt so alone. This is something that's been here way longer than I probably would like to admit. And this is something that I never knew I had until about a couple years ago. I thought I was crazy, guys. There was times I said to Brandon, I need to be in a mental hospital. Something is wrong with me. I shouldn't feel this way. I don't know what's wrong with me. I shouldn't feel this way. No, you're not. You're fine, And it was always I was always happy Jen. Same with making this vlog, you guys. I don't want to be that, I don't want to be changing that happy Jen mentality you guys have for me, because a lot of you say, oh my gosh, you're so fun to watch, you inspire me. So if I'm sitting here talking about anxiety, depression all the time, or weight loss, or addiction, or whatever else. I don't have addiction, but that's something I've been wanting to touch on in another, maybe later, in another vlog, because it's something very real, and it's something that's affected a lot of people in my life, and it's something that I need to touch on. So we'll get to that later, probably later tonight. I'm probably going to do 2 separate ones because it's a lot. But anyways, I just don't want to change your guys' outlook on me. I mean, I said to someone a long time ago, this was years ago now, or no, they said to me, you're not the same happy-go-lucky Jen anymore. I want that Jen back. I'm not, because that never was truly me, right? I always put on a smile, and I always, I'm fine, but I'm not fine. Gosh, guys, I remember times me and Brandon had family things to go to, and I'd be a mess, like I said, crying hysterically for no reason, or maybe sometimes there was a reason, because, things happen. Everybody has things in their life that happens. And I would pull it together, and we'd go to the event, and I'd put on a smile, and no one would know. No one would know that I was truly struggling. Excuse me. And it got to a point where I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't fake it anymore, so I just stopped going. If I was having a bad day, you know what? I'm not going to go. It's too stressful. I'm not doing it. My dog is standing by the door, like, just staring at me, and it's super weird, but we'll just bypass that. So anyways, there's a lot of people in my life that didn't know I had anxiety, depression. They didn't know things I've been through. And don't get me wrong. So here's another thing. If you know me, if you're in my life, if you're close to me, you're probably sitting there like, you know, some of you probably, what has she been through? You know, I have not, it's hard for me. I've not been through things that other people have been through. And a lot of times I bypass my anxiety, depression by saying that, like, I've never been through that. I don't know what they're feeling. Like, I don't deserve to feel this way. But I've realized in the past couple years, I do deserve to feel this way. Because you know what? Even if I don't have a reason, if I do or don't, and that's between myself and me, if I do or don't have a reason, it doesn't mean that I'm not allowed to feel this way. There's a chemical imbalance in people's brains where sometimes they just do. Why does there have to be a reason, right? Why do you have to feel like you have to justify it? Why do you have to feel embarrassed for getting help? Why do you have to feel like if you're on medicine, everyone is going to look down on you? I tried anxiety medicine and I was embarrassed to tell people. And you know what? If that anxiety medicine would have worked like I wanted it to, I would still be on it. Don't care. And it didn't work like I wanted it to, unfortunately, but that's nor here or there. That's just what it is. So I'm not on that anymore. I'm taking vitamins, and there's, natural remedies I've been trying, and I'm very stubborn, and I want to get through it myself, but it's okay if you can't. And that's something I have to pound in my own head. Like, it's okay if you need medicine for the rest of your life. Because you know what? If I'm happier, this is what my husband always says to me. If you're happier, you're healthier. And when you're healthier, you're happier. And he's right. He's right. When I felt good in my life, I lost weight. When I got more depressed, I gained it back. Or anxiety, depression. I hate saying depression because some people hear depression and they're like, oh my God, she wants to kill herself. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. No. Has there been times that I've wanted to jump off a cliff or ram into a tree with my car? I was so upset. Yes. But here's the difference with this. Here's the difference with suicidal thoughts. Some people really struggle with that, guys. Some people with anxiety, depression, they think it because they get so angry. So I have an anger problem. I know you wouldn't know it. Again, I don't want to change your view of me, but it's the truth. I have anger problems. But anyways, it's something that if I got so angry with and so upset with, I would be like, it would be so much easier for everyone if I just wasn't here. But it was something I knew that I would never really do. Now, people who truly struggle with suicidal thoughts, it's not like that. And, I, in the past, have truly struggled with those, and I'm sorry. It's kind of hard to talk about. I'm sorry if you didn't know that, and I'm sorry if it makes you sad. But it's true. At a time in my life, was very bad. I lived alone. I had been broken. I had been ran all over by jerk guys. Friends had used me and dumped me. And it wasn't, I look back now and I say it wasn't that bad. It wasn't. But at the time it felt that bad, guys. And it felt like I didn't want to be here anymore. And I didn't think I deserved to be. And I didn't think there was a point to be. And that's sad. And that is something. Even back then, I didn't realize I had anxiety, depression. I thought it was normal. I thought I was crazy. I don't know what I thought at the time, but it was very real for me, and still it's very raw because my best friend died in a car accident in high school, and she I say best friend for a lot of friends. A lot of people notice this. How many best friends do you have? I have a lot of close friends. I say best friends because they're my best friends. But we're not in high school. You don't have to have one best friend, and I do have a lot of close best friends. And one of my best friends, she passed away after we graduated, and that was really hard for me. Like, we had gotten an argument, which a lot of people probably don't know. We had gotten an argument a couple weeks prior to her accident. I don't want to cry. Hold on. Get yourself together. I don't like to cry in front of people. Smile. Always covering it with a smile. So it was really hard for me. It wasn't fair. I didn't understand. I didn't get it. And it was something so unexpected. Like, your grandparents pass away and you kind of expect it. It's sad, but you know it's coming, right? But like, this was someone who was going to be at my wedding, and we had plans. And they were all taken away. So I think that's the start of the change in me. And then from there, everything just spiraled. And like I always have said and always will say, it could always be worse. And I know that. And I think that's why I never wanted to talk about this. I think that's why I never wanted to admit it. And I think that's why I never felt like I was validated, or I felt like I was allowed to feel this way. And let's add in the people in my life that made me feel that way, right? So I'm getting really off track here, but someone messaged me last night about anxiety, depression, and you're not alone, and I'm glad you did. Because like I've said in probably all of my vlogs, I want to make a difference. I want to be here for you guys, and I know you're here for me too. And like, vlogging, like I always said to people before I started this, because people have told me, you should vlog, you're so funny, yada yada. Well, it wouldn't be just funny for me, because there's a lot of very real things that I have to say. And it was something that I said, you know what, even if people don't watch me, I'm gonna do it because it'll be good for me. So here I am, and if you're watching, thank you. And look, no makeup, just woke up, messy hair Jen, like just roll out of bed and made coffee Jen. And that's awesome that I feel comfortable enough with you guys to do that. Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for making me feel like safe and like I can do that with you guys. That's amazing. Really, it is. So see why I'm making 2 videos on separately today, because this is already getting long, but it's hard. I mean, you guys, my husband, we were married, let's see, he didn't know about this until we moved to PA. And when we moved to PA, we had been married 4 years. Together 5. He knew I had like anger and, you know, issues, but he didn't know that he didn't know I had anxiety, depression like I do. I don't think I did. When I moved away was rock bottom, in the sense of not the worst I've ever felt. When I had suicidal thoughts, that was the worst I ever felt. And that was when I lived alone and I was young, and, you know, boys were the most important thing in the world, and it felt like I was alone, and friends were shitty, and, sorry, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on YouTube. But, yeah, it was hard. But I went through way real harder things growing up, and my husband, when we moved here, I remember we stayed up till 4 a.m, and I told him everything from feuds with family, friends, my best friend that passed away, to points in my life where I was alone, feeling miserable, to my Australian friend who got me through it, to everything. Every little thing I could think of, I just told him, and I don't know why it took so long, and I don't know why I assumed he knew, but I just did, I guess. And I remember sitting there, and I remember him looking at me and, like, tears. And my husband does not cry. I've seen him cry maybe 2 or 3 times in our relationship. And he's not like, oh, I'm too good to cry, but he is a very laid back person. And he's always the person that wants to be strong for me. He always, like, he is my rock. You know how, everyone says they have the most amazing husband in the world. And maybe you do for you, but let me tell you what I do for me. And I'm pretty sure he beats a lot of people out, because this man, you guys, he drives me nuts sometimes, but I'm sure I do him too. But he is seriously oh my gosh, my dog just scared the crap out of me. My rock. Okay, pause, because apparently my dog has to bark. Sorry, guys. Mailman came to pick up my packages. They always come earlier to pick up my packages than they bring the mail, which is super weird because, I don't know, but my dog had to bark. So anyways, my husband is an amazing man. I don't really know where I was going with that. I lost my train of thought because somebody had to bark, but he's been my rock, and he has seriously... Oh, about moving here, how I changed when I moved here. Yeah, that was what it was. I didn't think that I had anxiety, depression until I moved here, because when I moved here, I moved an hour and 40 minutes away from my hometown, guys, and I felt like I moved to China. I was the girl that never was going to move away, okay? You need to understand, I was the one that was always going to be home. I was a child that was never going to leave, and then I left. So I left all my friends and family, and it was really, really hard, and I felt like I moved to China. I was super mad. My husband and I got in a stupid bickerment when we first moved here, and he told me to go home, and it was awful. It was awful. And, like, it was one of those things where you look back now and you laugh. But at the time, it felt like, what? And I said, no, we're not going back into old patterns. We're not doing it. So I went and I got a counselor, and I've been seeing her ever since. I love her so much. If you ever see this, you are amazing. I wish I could see you outside of there, because you literally have changed my life. And I love you. She's made me realize that I don't have to be the Jen that I always thought I had to be. I mean, Brandon gave me that backbone, but she helped me stop being such a pushover. Now, I have not went to the doctor enough to be diagnosed to what type of anxiety, depression I have, or if, like, what triggers it, or, what is that, what could have caused it. Or if it's just a chemical imbalance, which there are tests and there are things they can do. But I'm a procrastinator, and I don't really know if I want to know. I mean, I am who I am. Why do I have to know why, I guess? But, she made me realize that it's okay to feel the way I feel. And it's okay to not be okay all the time. And it's okay to say no. I could never say no. She has made me learn to say no. Because if you know anything about me, I want to make everybody happy, but I can't. You guys, it's so hard. Like, I know a lot of people. I was the person that became friends with everybody. And I've maintained a good portion of these relationships, and I'm so very lucky for that. But at the same time, it's so hard to maintain relationships and maintain your own life and deal with anxiety, depression, okay? So I have friends that live all over. Like, when I go to Corning, Brandon usually goes with me because I have anxiety. It's hard for me to even drive there. Sometimes it's so bad, I just can't. I can't. Now, I have friends that live even farther away that I have not seen. Why? Because I need to find a time both me and Brandon can go, which I know is pathetic. What is going on with this hair? But I can't, like, physically and mentally can't. So it's not that I don't want to see you. It's not that I'm too busy for you. It's not that I don't love you. I do. I love you so much. You guys know who you are. And, it's sad how people grow apart, and it's sad how things change, but I need you to understand it's not you. And it's something that it's became so hard for me to juggle everybody in my life that I eventually just stopped. I was like, you know what? I'm done. I can't do it anymore. I'm always going to hurt somebody. Somebody's always not going to be happy. Yada, yada, yada. I can't do it anymore. And it triggered my anxiety, depression to the point where I didn't want to go visit people. And if you know me, you know I want to visit people. Like, you know that. I'm drank almost this whole cup already. So it just alfalfa status. It's just bad. Like, and I'm not pinpointing anyone. And I know, like, and if you're hearing this and you're thinking it's you, guilty conscience much, because it's probably not. Maybe it is. I don't know. But I'm just saying, like, there's people, I have friends all over. I have friends I've said, I'm going to go see you. And I still haven't. And it's not because I don't want to. It's because of anxiety, depression. Or it's because life is busy. And that's just the truth. I can barely maintain my family, let alone all my friends. And, you know, I love you guys. And I miss you. And I want to see you just as bad. And I don't ever want you to feel shunned. But I need you to know I do the best I can. There's been times I've drove to you guys when I literally been shaking because I'm so anxious, but I still did it. And I don't feel like that's seen, and I don't feel like that's fair. So I want a little credit, I guess. Not to be a brat. Okay, I had to fix that alfalfa, whatever was going on, because I couldn't. I guess I don't want, like, I do. I want a little credit for it. Like, cut me some slack, people. I'm really doing the best I can. And people who've came to see me, thank you. Like, that means everything to me. And the people who haven't, I get it. Life is busy. Like, I get it. But I need you guys to know my anxiety is a real thing. And driving, even though it's not that far to you, I can't even drive outside my house sometimes to the store. That's something I'm working on. And that's something that I'm trying to overcome. But it's hard, guys. It's hard. I just noticed my nail. It's hard because it's so, like, my brain goes to such a crazy place that I can't drive. So, if I haven't seen you, if I said I'm going to come see you and I still haven't, I will. And that's why I guess it's so hard for me to make set plans, because I never know if I'm really going to be able to do it in that moment. I like to, you know, it's hard for me. And, you know, I'm not the only one. And I say I want credit. I don't need to be, like, praised, like, oh, bow at my feet or anything. But sometimes I don't think people realize I do the best I can with what I have. Anxiety, depression, a house, we're landlords, starting this business of paparazzi, having a dog now. No, I don't have a kid. Let's go back there. I don't have a child, and that's really getting old, by the way. Just because I don't have a child, it's not okay. Excuse me, I have a dog. I have a dog that also has problems and can't be around a lot of people or other dogs. So don't tell me that's not a good reason to not be able to leave my house. I'm not boarding my dog every time I want to come see you guys. I love you, but I also love her. So I'm getting really sick of that card too, and I'm just going to throw that out there. And I haven't heard that in a while, but it's like, just because I don't have a child does not mean that I can drop everything all the time. And I'm sick of it. Like, I am sick of it, you guys. I have a life, and I have a busy life. And that's just the way it is. And I'm sorry. And I'm sorry if it hurts you, and I'm sorry if you don't like it. And you know what? The ones that do understand, and the ones that are there, and the ones that listen and tell me it's okay, thank you. Thank you. And you know what? I'm assuming, not very many people have even said this to me, so this is how my brain works. I'm just assuming that a lot of people think this. Maybe they don't. But I mean, I guess by past actions is why I assume. However, I'm sorry. Like, I do the best I can. And that's why I want to make this video. Because I don't think people realize how much it can affect your everyday life. I don't think people understand how hard it can be. And it's not because I want kudos or pity. It's just that I want you to understand. And I want other people who are going through the same thing to not feel alone. Because you're not. I literally can't explain to you guys how crazy I feel some days. Like, perfect example, the other night, I can't remember what it was, but Brandon did something that hurt my feelings, and I was really hurt, like crying. And then the next, I let it out or whatever, and then it was done, and I was fine. Like, we were laughing, and I said, I'm crazy. Like, how can I be that hurt by you 1 minute and the next minute be fine? Like, I'm crazy. No, you're not. I said, babe, I need to go. I need help. No, you don't. And he, like I said, he is amazing, but, like, I feel crazy. So that also plays into the part where my anxiety, depression about traveling and stuff. Sometimes it's not only about driving, guys. Sometimes I don't feel right, and I guess that it's hard for me to let people see that side of me. I want to have fun, and I don't want to be a downer and yada, yada, yada. I don't want my anxiety to ruin the time. And a lot of you are like, what are you talking about? You never do that. Because it's internal. I don't let you see it. But like, some days I'll come home and I'll have a migraine from so much anxiety. Like, we will travel for the holidays and we have to go to 3 different houses, and I'll get home and have a full-blown panic attack because traveling that much gave me so much anxiety. I know it's a problem. I get that. I'm doing what I can on my end, but I guess I'm just asking for you guys on your end to please understand. It's never that I don't want to see you. It's never that I'm too busy for you. Could I pick up the phone and call people more? Yes. But I talk all day, every day, guys. Always have. I've always talked on the phones for a job. And sometimes I need a break with talking. And then I start a vlog where I'm talking. But this is something that, blogging, vlogging, writing, it's something I've always wanted to do. And it's something that is important to me. So, I don't know. I'm just like blabbing right now. But anyways, back around the circle. I told you guys I get off track. I just want those people to know I'm sorry, that if you feel like it's you, it's not. And I love you, and I know it's frustrating, and I know growing up sucks, and I know falling apart sucks. But there's people I have not seen in forever, and it's just like yesterday when I see them again. And I love you more than ever, and that's never going to change, and you guys know this. If you are one of those people that is a true friend, you already know. I know I don't have to tell you. So I guess I'm saying it for my own peace of mind. But, yeah. So anyways, I am really proud of myself for waking up earlier today. And now I feel like I can get on here in the morning and drink coffee with no makeup and be okay about it. Even though I do need to get around and do my makeup here. Get around for the day and not just sit here all day and talk to you guys, which I feel like I could do. But I just wanted to touch base on the anxiety, depression because of the person who reached out and because of the fact that it's so real. And it's something that, again, I didn't want to talk about because I didn't want you guys to think less of me or didn't want to ruin that, oh, she's such a happy-go-lucky person thing that you guys think of me, because I love that you see that. And I really am a happy person, and I really like to have fun. And I really like to goof around. Like, that is Jen. It really is. But there's also the anxiety, depression side, the weight side. There's dark sides, just like everybody has, right? Like, everybody has a dark side. So, I just wanted you guys to know mine, I guess. And I just wanted you guys to know you're not alone if you're feeling the same way. And I wanted you guys to know, for the people who are watching me and encouraging me and supporting me, I just wanted you to thank you and you to know how much that means to me. It really does. It means everything. And I guess I should wrap this up. I try not to make them too long because literally they take forever to load the longer they are. And who wants to sit here and listen to me blab for hours? I don't. But I just wanted to talk about anxiety, depression real quick with you guys. I'm going to make another video later. I want to touch base on addiction. There's a lot I have to say about that. So be ready. And other than that, if you have any topics you want to talk about, just leave them in the comments below and we will do that. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you like watching me. I would love to have you. And if you ever need to reach out, as always, please reach out. I'm always here for you. The one thing that I would like to accomplish with this is to make a difference. And that's why I feel like telling my stories, might help, because it's not only me that goes through this stuff, and I know people go through even worse than I do. Like, I know I don't have it bad. I know I haven't had it bad, but like I've always said, or like my counselor told me, and like I've learned, I should say, I can't help how I feel. And it's a very real thing. So, you know I've canceled plans before. I try not to do that. I'm gonna be honest. It's if I've had a bad, if I've had a flare up, that's why. It's not that I don't want to see you. It's not that I don't love you. And people will say, well, why don't I make you feel better? Well, of course. But I have to get there first, right? I have to get up first. Thursdays, I don't even want to get out of bed, shower. Like, the old Jen would vlog and stay like this all day and sleep all day. But no, not right now. I'm getting up. I'm showering. We have a lot to do this weekend. We have to paint the whole other side of this house. Not excited. I want to clean today. I want to get some stuff done. I want to do the exercise. I want to stay on track, and I'm going to do that. So I need to wrap this up. But I just wanted to talk to you guys about that, and I wanted you guys to know I'm always here for you. Thank you so much for listening to me. I know I repeat myself, and I know I blab a lot, and I'm very sorry. But thank you for being here. Thank you for making me feel comfortable enough to do this like this. And thank you so much for your support. And as always, it could always be worse, guys. It could always be worse. You can get through this. And life is what you make of it, truly. It is. Even with anxiety and depression, you can pull yourself out of it. It is hard. Reach out. I know you don't want to. I know when you're feeling that way, the last thing you want to do is reach out to someone. But please do it. I wish I would have sooner. I love you guys. Have a great day.